Hey guys, how we doing today? It's only a couple more days till Nilfgaard. I felt that putting any more videos out would kind of be, you know, the new stuff's coming, so don't put out old material when new stuff's on its way. The wonderful people at Gwentify, site right here, have added the Nilfgaard faction to their deck builder. Granted, it's a very primitive version of it with just the pictures, but it lets you get some theory crafting in on what you think you're going to play. I made a deck for each leader here real quick just to run through them. Day one, I'm probably going to go for straight synergy. I want to see what cards are going to work, which cards aren't in a deck. So for Mr. Voorhees here, he plays a disloyal unit out of your deck. So it can be anywhere from, fake Siri to Joachim Duet to Cantarella, which Cantarella is probably one of the best disloyal units in the game right now, especially since all of them got their strength bumped up to like anywhere from 11 to 15. This one isn't weather resistant either. I don't know if that is a misprint here. It probably is. Usually the bigger strength ones are a lot more OP for the other side of the board. But just going through the cards, we'll hit the gold ones first. I went with K here. If it turns out I don't have a spy card, I can put him down. I can use him twice and pull 2 spies. He's got decent strength. Card art's pretty cool too. Tibor, or everybody's calling him 22 guy, or I'm going to call him Double Deuce, because as long as your opponent doesn't pass, he's putting 22 strength on the board. So he's pretty awesome. Almost auto-include in most decks for Nilfgaard, I would imagine, because he's just so strong. You could play him turn 2, and if you won round 1, you play this guy 1 round, and he's probably got to waste at least 2 to 3 cards just to catch up to you. The Vicario Medic, or yeah, Vicvaro Medic is basically mini caretaker. A lot of people are freaking out about this card. Poor Skellige, they're hating life because of this card here. He pulls a bronze unit out of your graveyard. This isn't a gold card, but I like the art for this because it does look like the dude from Darkest Dungeon. What do we got for the other golds? Stefan Skellen. I think he's a pretty cool card, especially if you use him turn 2. Choose any card in your deck and then shuffle it to the top of your deck. So you pick the cards you want for the next round, pretty much. So if you want Tibor, you can grab him. If you want Letho, you got him. You want Fake Siri, you got him. It's a given, which is awesome. The other card, Letho, he banishes all non-gold units in a row and add their strength to his base strength. When removed, set the base strength to 1. You could play him as a disloyal unit. Say they're playing dwarves. You're going to lose that round, but you could play this guy, swallow up their whole row of dwarves, and they're not carrying anything over the next round. Or you could play it on your side. You think somebody's going to drop weather on you, or Igni or whatever. You could swallow up everything with this guy. Oh, I think though they changed him. It's 3. You can only pick 3. They changed it. So you pick 3 guys. Of course, your highest strength. He eats them up, and then they're untouchable since he's a gold unit. Really cool card art on this as well. Let's go over the silver cards. Albrick, if possible, draw a card, and then your opponent draws a card and you reveal it. It doesn't really synergize with this deck too much, but you know, getting your deck thinner. It's got to help out. Plus, two, you get to see one of your opponent's cards. That can't hurt either. Cantarella. Look at the top card on your deck. You may place it at the bottom of your deck. Draw a card. So you can either, it pulls a card out of your deck if you want it. Cool, take it. If you don't, it puts it on the bottom of the pile. Decoy changed. It's basically ethne for anything non-gold. You play it again, no matter what it is, and it disappears from the game. It's gone. Fake Siri. She gains one. You play her on the other side of the board. She gains 1 strength every turn. Then after your opponent passes, she comes over to your side. So if you play 7 cards, she's going to be a 10. And once your opponent passes, she's coming your way. So your opponent either has to kill it, silence it with the lock, the new lock cards. But she's pretty cool. Joachim Duet. I like this card a lot. I love the art on it. But you play him disloyal. He pulls a card out of your deck and adds 10 strength to it. So you throw this guy out. Worst case scenario, it's the ambassador comes out, and then you just gave your opponent a whole bunch of strength. But the best case scenario is an emissary. No, he would gain strength too. I guess the rot tosser would be your best case scenario, or the brigade. Brigade would be pretty awesome. We added Ox as well. He's a Witcher. It doesn't say that's on here, but he is a Witcher, and it locks a non-gold unit on the battlefield. Locked unit loses all tokens. Resilence, Quen, weather resistance, all kinds of things. So it's a pretty cool card to get something that's getting out of hand. Varan, if he's, you know, going to get big on you or whatever, you silence him and he just stops growing. Same thing with if your opponent, well, I don't think you would want to silence your own Siri. It doesn't say opponent, so I guess you could silence Siri on your side. Fake Siri. Then we'll go over the bronze cards. Imperial Brigade, this card is just crazy. Most of the time I've seen it, it's anywhere from 18 to 21 strength. It gains 3 strength for each spying unit on the battlefield. So in the mirror match, these things get crazy. We already went over the medic. Rot Tosser. This card's really cool. It throws a carcass on the other side of the battlefield and it eats the lowest strength unit. So if there's only one thing on that row, your opponent's got 1 turn to deal with it. If not, as long as it's not gold, it's disappearing. It's mini epidemic. Ambassador, these cards are really cool. You play it, it goes on your opponent's side, and whatever is on your side gains 12 strength. I think they changed that though to 10. Pretty sure. And then the emissary, it plays the top non-gold unit on your deck. So you might end up playing 2 emissaries. You might end up playing an ambassador, which would stink. But we'll have to. I like when they're on the rows more or less, when you could see them. But I think it'll work out okay. I just mostly want to see how each archetype's going to work. He plays disloyal units, so you want to play spies with this guy. So we just loaded up on the spies. The other deck we got is... Let's go back. This one's for Emrays with the Mangonels. MR Emrays, MR Var Emrays. He reveals 2 of your opponent's cards. They put little spyglasses over your opponent's cards to let them know that you could see them. Pretty cool leader. We put K here in here as well. We're going all in day 1, like I said. We just want to see what archetype's going to work. When if this build's not going to work, what to take out and what to put in. But we put K here in this one. This one we also put in Vatir de Rideau. Revealed 2 cards in your hand for each card. Thus revealed, reveal 1 random card from your opponent's hand. So you flip over 2 cards, you're flipping over 2 of your opponent's cards. Stefan Skellen, same thing with this one. You're going to find the top card on your deck. And my favorite card, I will own this premium, I don't care what it takes. Vilgefortz, destroy a non-gold unit. If that unit was on the opposing side, your opponent draws a card. If you can destroy your own unit on your side and you play a card. So 32 strength unit on the other side of the board. They did change this though. I don't think your opponent can pass, so you can't save this for the end, one hitter quitter. So your opponent can't pass. That, I believe they did change that. But as long as your opponent doesn't pass, you can kill one of your units and gain a card and play it, or you can kill a really big unit on your opponent's side. Granted, he gets a card, but they might have dumped, you know, a whole bunch of resources in one card and you just crushed their day, you know. So, but the premium art for this card is incredible. I can't stress it enough that how badass this thing. If they have a CCG like card awards, this card should win. That's how awesome it is. CD Projekt Red outdone themselves with this one. Whoever did this, give this guy a raise and make him do all the premiums, because that thing is awesome. Silver cards, King of Beggars, mostly to pull out a medic if we need to. Joachim Dewitt as well, Decoy as well, Cantarella, same thing. Albrick, it's a reveal deck, so you want to reveal. Vanhammer, this guy is Vanhammer. He gains 2 strength for every card revealed, whether it's in your hand, in the deck, wherever this thing's at, it's constantly ticking. It's a ticking bomb waiting to drop. I've seen it anywhere on some of the demo streams of 24 to 30. If you're flipping over these cards like crazy, he's constantly gaining strength. Period. So it's pretty much, if you're playing M-Race, this guy's pretty much an auto include. He's your heavy hitter. And then the bronze cards, Alba Spearman, play an instance of this card for each revealed card in either hand. So you reveal 2 cards, you play this card, you play all 3. It's kind of like a reveal Queen's Guard, basically. You play 1, you play all of them. As long as they're not in your hand, I believe, then you can't. It'll just pull the 2. The medic's in here. Alchemist. The Alchemist reveals 1 card, 6 strength. Pretty self-explanatory. The Mangonels remove 2 strength every time you reveal a card. So you could be flipping over cards and these things are just going to be taken over. There's another card that I'll probably end up putting in here for something else. I like these guys to thin your deck though a little bit. But I'm trying to think of what I can get rid of to put the engineers in. They put adrenaline rush on these guys so they stay in for the round, which is pretty nice, but it also, well, like I said, we're just going all in and we'll tweak it from there. And then we put 3 first lights in here just to make sure that if we do get weathered, we got an answer for it. We'll probably figure out a way too to put those in the last deck. The last deck, just the way the leader is, I want to feel out whether I want to play a ton of spies or if I want to sneak some reveals in there or whatever. But the last one, John Calvet. This guy seems really cool, and after I was thinking about it for a while, because what he does is he moves all your spies to your side of the board. So you play, you know, 3 ambassadors, 2 emissaries. He pulls them all over there. So I was thinking they also released a card for Triss. We're Team Triss over here, so we like Triss. But it's like 4 strength, and it adds 4 strength to everything on the board, which as long as she's on the board. So if you kill the butterfly Triss, then the buff goes away. But as long as she's on the board, everything gains 4 strength. But we'll see what we could fit in and what we can't fit in. But John Calvert seems pretty cool. Actually, though, they changed it. He can only pull 3 guys on your side, so it still might be worth it. I mean, it's still kind of a swarm tactic, but we'll see. His premium art is pretty awesome as well. He kind of looks like Caesar. We got T-Borg in here as well, the 22 guy, 22 strength, double deuce. Skellen, I don't know why, I like this card. I like being able to choose what I can pick. You know, to me it just seems like if I'm looking for something and I can pull it, then that just seems awesome to me. I don't know. We got Vilgefortz in here as well. Man, I'm going to try and fit this guy in everywhere I can just because I just love the card. And Letho, he's a spy guy, so figured put Letho in there as well. Silver cards, King of Beggars again for the medics, Albric for the reveal and just the thinning aspect of it. Cantarella, same thing, spy. Decoy, same reason. Fake Siri, spy, awesome card as well. Joachim the Wet, same thing. This one we got 3 first lights in it, we squeezed them in there. Emissaries again, and ambassadors. The Imperial Brigade, another one with the spy. But those are the 3 decks I'm probably going to be playing day 1 for you guys. We should be able to get all of the Nilfgaard cards going. And then, you know, some of the other cards that we're kind of on the fence about, going through them, the leaders. Oh, we got to pick one to look at them. We'll pick John Calvert. But some of the cards we're kind of on the fence about. Assassination, it seems like a pretty cool card. You can destroy anything, but whatever you destroy, non-gold, you take that damage on a random unit on your side. So you can kill a 32 strength unit. If you got 8 guys on your board and they're all 2s, you know, and one guy is a 30, yeah, you might wreck yourself, but the odds are in your favor if you're playing this card. It seems pretty good. It's also legendary on here. It's common. We got, I don't know. I'm just really excited for this. Treason, I'm not real sure on. Move a spy, opposing spy, and give it 4 strength. It seems kind of weak, just because it's only 4 strength. If it was like maybe 8, maybe I'd play it, but I don't know. I guess in the mirror match it can come in handy to keep them from pulling your way or whatever, or replaying them, or you might be able to decoy it back, you know. Ambassador, Emissary. This is the engineer that gives the mangonels the adrenaline rush. There are some regular cards like Succubus. Succubus is going in the monster deck no matter what. Fake Siri. The Arbalist, remove 2 strength from an opposing non-golden unit. If it was a spying unit, gain 3. So for 7 strength, you kill a guy. I don't know. It doesn't seem that fantastic. This guy, Celiac, add 4 strength to a non-gold unit and give it Quen, basically. This one I'm not real sure on either. Fire Scorpions, probably one of your vanilla cards. 3 strength. Remove 3 strength off the bat. I mean, when you're first starting out, I'm sure it's, you know, okay, but if you got some decent strength on the board. Swears, a little bit unsure on this. You remove all instances of a non-gold unit from your opponent's grave deck from their deck to their graveyard. So if they have all Freya, if they play one Freya, you can target it and put the other Freyas in the graveyard. Same thing with the medics. Well, I guess you would use it for things that can't res themselves. Cleaver's a lock card. He's neutral. Ox we went over. This card, I'm unsure on it. It says look at the top 2 cards in your opponent's deck and you may move 1 to the bottom of the deck. So you can kind of screw them over. Maybe they were looking for, you know, Siri Dash, and you could just bury it all the way on the bottom. But if he was higher strength, probably, but I don't know. This card seems pretty cool. The Nausicaa Standard Bearer. It's basically the guy with the bagpipes in Skellige, or the other one for the Hawker Healer or whatever that buffs a row. You get 2 strength for everything on the row. It's agile too, so you can play it on any row. That one will probably get included somewhere. The Alchemist we went over. This one here, Cynthia. If possible, draw a card and then give your opponent the Guardian, and the Guardian 6 strength with Quen on it. I don't know if I want to give my opponent 6 strength with a Quen on it, but we'll see. Brigade we went over. Imperial Enforcers, gain 3 strength whenever a leader card is used. I mean, you're gaining 9 strength. Best case scenario 12, but I can't see using your leader ability twice in the same round and playing this guy. Seems kind of like too much setup. If this thing dies, you're kind of screwed. Nausicaa Brigade, remove 4 strength from a spying non-gold unit on either side. If it was destroyed, gain 4 strength. This one's not too bad, but it's basically there to kill off your spying cards. The Mangonels are awesome. This one here, I'm not sure on. Sirit, if she was maybe higher strength, choose an opposing non-gold unit and remove 1 strength for each revealed card. I mean, if you got 4 cards removed, you're killing something 4. You're taking 4 strength off something. I don't know. Oh, in both players' hands. Well, you could probably take out something pretty decent, but silver card's kind of tight. This card, though, I think I got to figure out a way to put it in one of the revealed decks for sure, because it's immune to weather and it gains 1 strength for each revealed card in both players' hands. So this thing might be able to be like a 10 and be immune to weather, which is pretty awesome. So I might figure out a way to put that one in there. The Alba Pikeman, it's just a vanilla 7, but it's immune to weather. Weather got changed. It's not where immune to frost. If something's immune to weather, it's just immune to weather. Reset a non-gold unit to its base strength. Peter's Sar. Another one that's just it just doesn't seem that good. This one, Asire Van. I'm not gonna rip these names apart like this. Choose 2 cards from your opponent's graveyard and place them into your opponent's deck. From each card chosen, lose 2 strength. So it's either going to be a 5 strength, but you can end up taking 2 crappy cards and put them in their deck to, you know, fatten up their deck, and maybe they don't draw something good. Maybe they get 2 Foglets, you know, and you're like, oh, shit, that sucked. Still, though, you're putting 5 strength on the board to bury 2 cards. Doesn't seem that good. She's just a vanilla silver 10. Probably one of the cards you get with the vanilla set. This guy, set all strength of all opposing non-gold spies to 1. Now this one, on the fence about this one too, because the one thing about spies, you can play them on the other side of the board, but then your opponent can start buffing them if they want to. They can play Thunderbolt potions and Swallow potions or whatever, you know. They could just be buffed. You drop this thing down and all of a sudden they're 1. So they might have just dumped all their resources in a card that gave them a 1 at the end of the day. This one's another one too for the reveal section. It is 11 strength that I probably need to figure out a way to put it in one of the decks. It just reveal a random card in your hand, but it's dropping 11 strength on the melee row. So probably have to figure out a way to put that in there too. Like I said, we're going with something, and if it works out, great. If it doesn't, we can always fix it. Like I said, we should have all the cards, and once they do the wipe, which the wipe is 100% confirmed, once they make it open beta, they're going to wipe the collection. So the only cards you're going to get, or the only kegs you're going to keep, are the ones you bought with cash. All ore, scraps, everything's wiped. But they are going to reward you with, for however many levels you get like 2 kegs or something. So you might start out with like 10 to 20, depending on how good you are at the game. But that's the video for today. I know it's something different, but just me mostly talking. But wanted to show you guys what I'm thinking in my head, and hopefully it'll work out. If not, you can always play more games. But I'll see you guys. I probably won't put out another video till it comes out on Monday. We'll probably do a keg opening video, and then the day of, I'm going to try and release the keg video and one for each, a set of videos for each leader. And then after that, every day we'll just try to get something different and see what we come up with. But I will talk to you guys later.